All right, you guys, it has been a full year since our last video, and we just wanted to come on here to let you guys know what we have been up to and give you guys a life update. We are going through a pandemic right now, and we want to talk about how we have been handling it. So, do you want to start, Brenda?
Yes. So, first of all, we want to give you some background. I have been working since I was 16, and Carolina, you have been working
Since freshman in high school. So, I think I was about 14 when I got my first job.
So, we love to work. So, it's not like a sad thing or a bad thing, but we live in the Central Coast, and it's a beautiful area. It's the beach is like 5 minutes away, and there's so much to do in this area, but we have never done it because we're always at work. So the first thing that we want to talk about is how have we been maintaining ourselves mentally healthy, because it is stressful with bills and children that are at home. So go ahead, Carolina, let them know how you have been doing it.
Yeah, so we're actually, because I am a cosmetologist and Brenda's an esthetician, we are non-essential. So when this whole news happened, I think that we kind of
Panicked.
a little bit for like a day. But then honestly, after it was like, oh my God, I'm not going to work for the first time in a while. I'm in my mid-30s, so it's Brenda. And so that was something different. Mentally, these 2 last months that I've been off, I have been really digging in to my faith. So I've been reading my Bible a lot, and I've been hearing audiobooks. That's one of the things that we do together a lot, the audiobooks, because we happen to just go places where we'll go an hour south or an hour north, and we'll just listen to an audiobook as we're going towards our hikes that we'll talk about later. But I've been listening to that a lot. I've been listening to a lot of positive YouTube videos, or just watching positive videos online, preachings, reading the word, doing that with my youngest son, and just keeping my mind right, because it's our responsibility to keep our mind right. No one is going to come and preach to me and make sure that my mental health is good. I have to take control of that, you know. I am healthy, and there's not, so that is something I can take control of, making sure that I'm listening and putting good stuff in my mind, and not trash, because it's easy for me to just sit there. Actually, I don't really like to do that, but it would be easy if I did like to do that and sit there and watch like a drama series for
Law and Order,
something really dramatic, and then like really psych myself out,
bum yourself out.
Yeah. I can do that, but I know that I know that this keeps everything else going, so I need to make sure that my mind is strong, and I have to be responsible about it, and that's just something that we've learned, just being like business owners, how to be responsible with our time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I struggle.
Another thing that we have really been also part of our hikes is keeping our body healthy, because it does help clear our mind when we're walking, and just to have like time to think about things that you don't get to think about when you're cooking, cleaning, making sure you get to work and out of work on time. These are things that you want to process and you want to think about, but you don't have time. And when we are walking, we are keeping our mind with positive, we're feeding ourselves with positive stuff in the car, so then when we go for a walk, we get to process all these things that we're listening in the preachings, and when we listen to motivational speakers. But also it's exercising our bodies, because we are hiking. The other day we kind of went rock climbing too, and it was amazing. Our body, there's muscles in my body that hurt that I didn't even know, which is a good thing, because I'm getting my circulation going. Your immune system is exposed to the different pollens and air and whatever it is, but it is good to keep your body moving. So that's the second thing that we've been doing to keep ourselves positive, keeping our body engaged and keeping our mind engaged with positive things. What about the family, Carolina? How are you dealing with the kids being home from school and taking their Zoom classes, whatever they're called, at home?
You know what? Honestly, the first month I kind of slacked on that because I was so concerned about my life. But I noticed that my youngest son was really grumpy with me and kind of irritated with me, and I just noticed it was because he was left alone 24 hours. I mean, not to his electronics. And if you give a child the ability to be on the internet all day long, he's going to be on the internet all day long because that's what they want to do. They want to do their Xbox. They want to be on with their friends. So now both of us are on a routine. So I actually posted a list of all the things that he has to get done, posted it where we can both see it in the hallway, and then that way, like, because I will forget what he has to do because I'm concerned about what I have to do. There's a lot of things that I have to do in a day. So it's kind of nice, like, okay, well, because before he would be like, well, I'm done with my chores. Well, let's go look at the list now, and then we can just I could keep accountable with him, And also, I've been practicing this last month, like having a designated time for Bible time. Like right now we picked the book of Matthew and we picked the book of Daniel, Old Testament and New Testament. So we're gonna learn about Jesus and we're also gonna learn a little bit about Daniel. And his story is actually really interesting. So we'll only read one chapter of one book, one chapter of the other book, and then we'll do notes and we'll talk about it. And I think that's been really nice. We've been praying together, and so it also keeps like the spiritual side going, like conscious, like, hey, this is important. We need to learn about this, and it actually has, like, during we do like hikes like 2 times a week or more. Well, Brenda goes on walks every single day, and I've been doing physical activity every single day too. I've been taking my youngest one for walks every single day. And he's playing basketball and I'm walking my Chihuahua. So when I'm doing all of that, like, my mind is going like, oh, I learned this. And it was more for my youngest son to teach him. But honestly, like, I learned too, There's like really, and because it's only one chapter, it's not becoming overwhelming. It's just, it's been a learning thing for us. I've been really liking doing that because I feel like my mind is,
I feel like my family activities I have to tailor them around my children. My son, he likes to watch movies, so I watch movies with him, and he likes to eat. So I told him, you want to eat a Rice Krispie, then you got to make it. I'm not just gonna buy it for you. And my daughter, she likes to cook, so I try to encourage that in both of them so that they have the time to understand what they're putting in their bodies. I explain the nutritional value of everything that they're cutting and putting in their body and eating, and I've been trying to teach them that and just spend more time with them at home, because it's precious time that we're never gonna get back. Our kids are gonna grow up and move away, and we want to spend time with them. We say we want to spend time with them when we're at work, but we're not at work right now, so that's what we should be doing. So that's what we have been doing. And I know it's kind of not the perfect situation or the ideal situation, but I'm thankful for this time that I have, because if they hadn't forced us to take this time off, I wouldn't have.
No,
because I've been trained to work all my life and just be go, go, go. So I'm thankful. And we try to encourage each other, and we try to, whenever Carolina is being negative about being off or whatever, I'm telling her the same thing that I'm telling you guys right now. Let's be thankful and let's make the best of it. Let's get out there and work out and spend time with our family and our kids, feed our minds with positive things, so that when the devil or negative thoughts come along, we know exactly what to tell him and what God says about us and our prosperity and our health, and to keep declaring positive things over our lives and not focus on the bad stuff, but focus on how blessed we are.
Well, for me, honestly, what I wanted to share with you guys is I always say that I trust God, and but when this all went down, I was like, okay, but I am a one house income, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? And I feel like in these 2 months, God has shown me, okay, didn't you trust me? Am I in control of your life, or am I not? And did I not know about this pandemic, or so for me, it's been like, okay, I want to pretend that I'm in control. I want to pretend that I have it together, and I run these businesses, and I do this, and I raise my kids, and I do all these things because I'm amazing, right? That's what I want to think. But in reality, I was in relationship with God when I was nothing. And now I'm in relationship with God. And now that I have, what I have, I'm like, oh, now I want to take control. And I feel like it's been a really like a reality check. No, you're not in control. You're not in control. You're still dependent on me. And so these 2 months, it wasn't something that I think that God didn't see. These 2 months were something that was like, okay, you're gonna take a break because you need to check yourself. You need to check your mental health. You need to check your kids. You need to check your physical being. You need to check things. You need to check your business. That's another thing I want to talk about, our business. We are non-essential. We are a cosmetologist and an esthetician, and we have a salon. That is our business. So that's another thing we should talk about, Brenda. What have we been doing business-wise?
We have been trying to advertise as much as we can, keeping our clients engaged on our Instagram and Facebook. But, we don't have an income. We still have to pay the rent for our location. And we are watching little salons shut down left and right all around us. But sometimes, if I have time to think about it, I will worry a little bit, but then I tell myself, I don't depend on my clients, and I don't depend on my work. I depend on God. And
have you fallen?
I haven't fallen, and if I do, I'm okay. God will pick me up, set me back up on my feet, there's no need for me to panic and get all crazy about it, because I can't do anything about it anyways.
Yeah, I wanted to...
I feel like I handed it off to God, Here you go. You deal with it, because I can't. I'm doing what I can as far as like advertising, and we filled out the PPP loan, which is what the government is offering to small businesses, but we haven't heard anything yet. And God will take care of it.
So I wanted to recap. I'm a cosmetologist. Brenda's an esthetician. I don't do hair anymore, guys. I'll talk to you guys about that in another video. I was able to transition from a hairdresser, and I now just do brows. That's all I do. I microblade and I wax brows. So I literally changed careers, and I was okay, and everything was okay. But and then we have a salon. So we have a salon, and I want to say there's 5-6 hairdressers here, and we rent the chairs out. Obviously, during the pandemic, we've obviously not been collecting rent from the hairdressers. Also, we have a boutique on that side, and we have hair products on that side that we also sell. Retail. And the salon has been closed down, so that's also been shut down. That income form has been shut down as well. And so all of our income forms have been shut down. For me personally, Brenda is married and her husband is considered essential, so he is working. So what I've learned is, because I am human and I have things going on, oh my gosh, you know, like you start panicking and you start panicking. What I have learned is, Gato, you do what you can and do it all that you can, and God will handle the rest. That is something that I have learned in this time, because I am still waking up at 5-6 o'clock in the morning. I am not sleeping in because I have a lot of things to do. Just because I'm not working doesn't mean that I'm not doing anything, that I'm being lazy, and I'm very conscious about that, you know, not to be lazy, not to be, do what you can do, you know, and so I've been waking up early. Like I said, I'm on a routine, and I've been advertising on our social media page. I've been researching the products that we have at the salon, which is kind of cool, because now I know a lot about the products that we have at the salon, whereas before the receptionist would handle the social media page. We also opened up a website that we had no time to do before. We opened up a website to sell some boutique items on, and you know, we're still learning how to play with it, but you know, we're
shopjaylandjabez.com.
Yeah, so check it out.
So check it out. Check us out on our Instagram and Facebook. Message us if you have any questions. We do want to encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone. It's okay to try different things. It's always scary, but do it, because if not, you're just gonna be in the same place in a couple of days, in a couple of weeks, in a couple of years. You'll be in the exact same place if you are afraid of change. So just go for it.
Change is good, guys.
Thanks. See ya.